Generic greetings and welcome back to Prison Architect, this time with Update 15 installed. Update 15 has added several new features, but it's more of a follow-on from what we've seen with Update 14. So Update 14 was focused around allowing prisoners to escape via extra means. Originally there was only really two means of escape. You got to the edge of the map, which could mean, well, for the most part, running out the front door and just legging it, or you could go through a wall that's been busted open for whatever reason, which was quite rare, or you would tunnel out. Those were really only the two means of escape, but now with Update 14 you can climb over the walls. You would have to get some clothing from the laundry, or I guess you could take it from other people's cells, but I don't really know if it does that, and then you would go over the wall. You'd be able to climb over that. But Update 15 expands upon that. So now, among other things, you can, well, I say you can, the prisoners can jump over. I don't think this is in the escape mode, sadly, but the trees now, if they are near a wall, a prisoner can climb up the tree and jump over the wall. So that seems to be a logical follow-on from what we've already seen. Also, now, to prevent that, we can now place barbed wire across all of the walls. You can see the walls now are slightly different. I believe the perimeter walls used to have barbed wire, but now they don't, and you can now place barbed wire, which is an object which is 200 generic units of currency, so it's quite expensive. You can place that on top of all of the walls in the game. So you got your fencing there, you got your stone wall or concrete, it works on there as well, and then your perimeter wall. And what that does is, I believe it slows the prisoners down somewhat, as well as damage them as well. So obviously that's another preventative measure. They will try and avoid that if possible. So if, say, this entire row here was filled with barbed wire and there's a little section here that wasn't, they would focus on that. So you could actually use that to your advantage in some way, because it means that you could place, say, a couple of armed guards around here, knowing that the prisoners will want to funnel this way, so you could probably use that to your advantage as well. I don't know whether they would prioritise trying to go over barbed wire rather than running at someone with a shotgun, but we'll have to see as we progress on. Another way to escape is now by nicking these trucks. So it's basically GTA. So they would come out here, and if they saw a truck of any kind, a vehicle, they would jump in it. If there's someone driving that, then they will try to remove them from the vehicle forcefully if necessary, and almost certainly, and then they will drive down. And you might think, oh, it doesn't matter, you've got a road gate. No, the trucks will drive straight through that, which is now, it's now why you've got a road, hang on, a road, can I type in road properly? A road barrier, which is like a big sort of metal barrier that you'll be able to place, and that will only close when you've got the lockdown on, so that prevents them from escaping. However, it is 10 grand, so yes, it's going to be 20 grand minimum to place those. I am not too worried about that. However, what I'm going to do is go over to our deployment, our armed patrols, and I'm going to set an armed patrol around here because, quite frankly, I think that would be prudent of me. You know, having the prisoners just wander out and get into a truck, that could go quite badly. Anyway, so let's just progress on with this episode. Obviously, there's been some bugs squished and things like that, and there's a couple of other little niggles and changes that have been messed around with and stuff. But yeah, either way, the patch notes can be found on the Steam page as well as on their website. But that's the main changes as far as I remember. Anyway, so we want to build this area here, which is going to be our death row area. So I'm just going to go over to our, I think we'll go for solitary door on the front. You can go with, if you really wanted to, a automatic door opener, or an automatic door opener and a remote door, but I don't think we're going to bother. I also want to make this thing out of concrete. Someone suggested this in the comments, and I actually like that idea, so we're going to redo these walls with concrete because we can, or rather, I'll do the internal walls concrete, and then we'll see if we've got enough money to do the external. We've got some more prisoners turning up. As you can see, we've got 4 minimum security prisoners, 1 normal prisoner, and we've also got a special transfer. This is just one of the long-time viewers and someone who messaged me on Patreon, so yeah, no problem. I'll bring you into the game. If anyone else has any requests to come into the game and you've got a name in game, then by all means let me know. It won't be for a few episodes because I do have to bulk record some of these, so that we'll have to get back to that later on, but by all means just drop me a message. So we're going to get our intake here. Obviously we need to go over to our intelligence informants and we'll see what we get. Actually, we don't really need to go to informants, but we just need to go to intelligence. And good grief, look at all the smuggle stuff in there. That is absolutely insane. Ooh, that's yeah, that's all kinds of brought in. Yep, I guess it's been brought in that way. This road is not a good place to have stuff. Oh, we've got a fearless person here. That's Benjamin Hoare. And we've got, Big Mig. Yeah, Salt Lake Sixth Form College administrator after his request for a Cheeky Nando's with the lads was refused. Good old Cheeky Nando's. Okay, so we do have some traits on there that we may need to be aware of. Maybe even a legendary prisoner. I doubt it being a low-risk prisoner, but we'll see how it is. So we'll go over to our, what time? It's eat time at the moment, so I'm not going to activate our informants just yet. We'll wait until we have them on free time, which will be soon. Obviously, we've lost several of these informants due to the various escapades in the prison and, well, basically this over here, which apparently isn't a generator. If it's a generator, I think it's more harnessing the power of a singularity because it's been on fire about 17 times. So let's just activate most of our informants there. We might as well go for full load on that one and just see what happens. We got early prisoner release there. And they're going to head off. Yeah, we'll go for a little natter with all of these, and we'll see if we've got any traits that I need to be aware of. So nothing over there. They're getting talked to. That's okay there. And where else? I'm trying to see if there's any other traits I should be aware of. No, I don't think so. Nothing's getting targeted. We've got the Morris over there, as you can see. There's the Morris, and we've also got a tunnel over there, which is pretty much completely fake as far as I can tell. I don't think it would be there. I wonder where... Big Mick would be. Where is he? Well, there's no traits that... It's not popping up and saying he's being targeted or anything, so... We really don't need to worry too much about that one. You can see the stuff that's been brought in. So, there's a needle in one of the sandwiches there. There's a stick in the cabbage. There's booze on some of these people. I mean, that's exactly what you want. Yeah, working a massive circular saw while inebriated. I would prevent that. I don't think that's a good choice in life. So anyway, let's go for the building over here. Now, I don't know whether we'll get all of Death Row done in this episode, but we'll certainly get these cells done. That is the tentative plan, and remember, you have a plan and stick to it, and then fail at it. That's the rule of thumb around here. This area is going to be our death row area, so we will have all that connected like so. We'll also need to put in some more utilities, so we need to get more power in here. So I'm going to place a power station there, and then I'm going to worry a lot about maybe the connection going to that grid and exploding it, and that is a genuine possibility. What I'll do is I'll place a row of capacitors along that side there. I'm going to run electrical cable along to there and stop, and then once that's connected in at night, I'll get rid of this bit and then connect that bit up, and then all of this will be powered by that one there. And obviously this one is going to have to power all of the death row as well as the workshop. The workshop isn't going to be as big as the other stuff. It won't be as big as the other one, but we'll see how we go. So there's all of our stuff in here done. Obviously, we've got a lot of doors to open. We haven't got any automatic door openers on here, which is a bit of a trying thing. So you know what? I will go ahead and just add those right now, because otherwise we're going to have so many problems. So 1, 2, 3. Don't really need it on the other places, but you know what? I'm going to put it there and there, because these really do need to be automatic. These ones don't, because those are going to be cells. So obviously those will be opened by the guards and just the manual stuff. 13 grand in the kitty, no problem there, that's fine. We've got some early prisoner release. We are cycling through a lot of prisons when it comes to the parole. In fact, we've got 203 prisoners paroled early with a 2% reoffending rate, so I think that's gone up there. Anyway, that's fine. In terms of our programs, we can see we've got behavioural therapy on the go, carpentry apprenticeship, we've got workshop safety induction, which is a 57% pass rate, which is actually quite decent, and same for the foundation education program. Remember when that one was an absolute nightmare to deal with. Parole hearing, obviously we got as much of that as we can really manage on that one. I don't know if that was a taser going off there, or whether it was just my... It's like an earworm. No, don't think it is. Spiritual guidance, we got 2 sets of that on the go there. I'm sure that's a taser. We've also got, as you can see, spirituality needs still near the high there. There's like a 20 prisoners that need that high. The spirituality, literature, and the luxury needs tend to be sort of high. I don't think you really get them critical, but they tend to be, you have a medium and high need for about maybe a fifth to a third of the prisoners. It sort of fluctuates, obviously depending on what programs you've got and things like that, but it can be a bit of an issue. General education qualification, there's some interested, so we might as well fire that one up. We've got the kitchen safety and hygiene, which is 28 interested, and that's slowly going down. I don't know what. Maybe it's going down. That's an interesting one. The kitchen safety and hygiene is going down while we're eating. Maybe it's one of the, maybe it's like don't go shopping on an empty stomach because you just want everything. Maybe it's the same for this one. Don't apply for a kitchen safety and hygiene and working in the kitchen program if you're hungry because quite honestly you just want to steal the bacon. We've got a guard taser certification, 60% passed, which is quite low considering we are, well, we're supposed to be professionals and all that, but hey-ho. We're going to do a shakedown in just a moment. What I want to do first is go over to our dismantle utility and dismantle those there. I'll wait until that's done. In fact, I'll prioritise that. That'll be done in a moment. There we go. That's done. I'll then connect that one up there. And obviously all this is powered down, but we'll connect it up soon enough. We also want to go to connections, and you can see that they are trying to go through here to connect all these automatic door. Oh, they are. All the automatic door openers are actually connected. Okay, so we'll go to the phone tap, and door controller. Yes, the door controller is controlling every single door in the prison, and yes, that is quite dangerous and something you should probably avoid. However, my thoughts have always been if people manage to get in here, then it's pretty much a GG. I've lost anyway. Yeah. Anyway, so those should all be connected now, although we're still waiting for that to be sorted. Once that's done, we'll be alright there. We're going to do a shakedown because we can, and I don't really need an excuse to do so. This is an area for our legendary prisoners. This is something that we originally had around here. We had a Supermax area, which wasn't really Supermax, to be quite honest, and then we moved it down here. It's one of the cases where, you know what, the idea wasn't really that sound. Try to run with it, try to see what it was like. Didn't work. No shame in admitting that it didn't work. And, you know, people who were pointing this out and suggested changes were correct on that one. That's fine, which is why we've moved it down here, and it seems to be working out for the time being. Although, to be fair, we don't have any legendary prisoners now because of, as I said, the events of the previous couple of episodes. So, still searching there, so we've got nearly 1,000 places to search, and it's going to be shower time any moment. So we found a baton with 1 unit of baton, 1 unit of club, 2 shanks, 1 knife, 1 fork, 1 needle, bottle of medicine, 5 pairs of scissors, 3 bottles of booze, 2 bottles of poison, 3 packets of cigs, lighter, 2 screwdrivers, doesn't say what polarity on that one. We've got 2 drugs, again bottles there, similar to medicine I guess, a hammer, looks like a claw hammer there. We've got a drill of unknown manufacturer, 2 wooden pickaxes, certainly manufactured in the prison, and lots of rope, which I don't know if that item has actually been changed or not. I thought it was just like 3 knots. Maybe it has been changed. Either way, danger level is flying right up there, and that is a problem. Let me just go over to the needs, and we can see that there's an exercise need that is very critical, and now that is being taken care of because we have lots of yards, so we don't really need to worry too much about that. Right, okay, so let's just get this area done. So what we want to do is we want to have a couple of rooms. So obviously all these are going to be cells like so. We're going to have an execution area, which is going to be down here, and I don't know why there's some weird glitchiness going on there with that. I guess it's just because of the line of sight issue. We'll have a security station down here, and then we'll have a parole in there. Obviously objects. And where is it? Solitary door can go there. That's fine. We'll unpause that. And now we'll crack on with this. Actually, you know what? I might as well put the solitary on here. Solitary doors on there. We've got the money, so that's fine. We want to go over to deployment. And all that's death row only. The whole thing. This area here, we will have... For now, it doesn't really matter because you can't get access to it, so we'll leave it. But all this is death row only. So this says parole. It will be death row appeal, but it doesn't change that because of weird quirks. I mean, if you change that to death row, it should just say death row appeal rather than parole. Same as what happens over here. This is a better way of doing it, where if that changes staff room, if that room is in a... If this canteen, this is just a standard canteen, but if you place a canteen in an area that's staff only, it changes it to staff canteen. So let's just go over to our staff needs, just check they're fine. Yeah, that's no problem. And we'll get the security station up and running. So security, objects, we want to go for an office desk. I like the idea of putting it like so, with a chair there. We'll have a filing cabinet, a couple of filing cabinets down there, and you know what, doesn't really matter what else we put in here, so we'll put a couple of chairs in like that, why not, like sort of waiting areas. In the parole, obviously we do want a visitor table, which we'll put in, you can't rotate it the right way, that'll go fine in, we'll just put it, where's the other one, is it right near the bottom? It is, but we'll just put it there. And then we'll have deployment, guard patrol, sorry, just guards actually just set in there. Security, we don't need to do that. Armed patrols, we will set a armed patrol in around here. We'll also have a dog patrol. Actually, you know what we'll do? We'll do that. We'll do that, and we'll have a dogs and armed patrol, and they'll just They'll just patrol around here, near the parole. This is all connected with electrical power, however, not here, but that's not too much of a problem because I'm going to do that, because something's going to go there, which will end up resolving that anyway. This one may be slightly different, so we'll just run these down like so, just to make sure all of this is powered up for when we get the stuff in. Actually, no, let's not, because, yeah, as I've just pointed out, we are going to get some workshop stuff in here, so eventually the cable will run all the way along. So there we go. So there's all that put in. Execution does not have a door in it, apparently, so let's resolve that by, well, placing a door. And now we need to do our cells. So the cells, we want them as high grade as possible. We're not going to have windows to the outside, though, so that's a thing. What we're going to do is have the shower and toilet as far away from the edge as we can. Now I could, if I wanted to, place like a concrete bit there and have like a little separate section for the shower, and I actually like that idea, so let's do that. We'll put a shower head there, then we'll put the toilet in. Actually, do I want to do that and then just have the little block there? That could work, that could work. It just gives it something a little bit extra. Obviously we're going to be cloning all of this, so I'm not too worried about it taking a bit more time than usual. We're going to place maybe the bed over there. Place the bed there. We'll place the TV there. Bookshelf right next door. Have a table with a computer on it in that corner with a chair. And we'll have a radio. Like that. That's quite a banging noise coming from all here. We're going to place a metal detector in there, obviously. We could go for 2. We have the power and the money, so we might as well do just that. So we'll run the connections to those. In terms of the flooring, we want a metal flooring across the entire thing. Or do we want something a bit different? We'll go with mosaic. Or not. All of the flooring in the prison is metal floor, so we will go with a metal floor. Concrete tiles is standard through most of this, I think. Go to there, concrete tiles, and this will be a wooden floor. Same as the parole's fancy tiles, so we'll go with fancy tiles. And then I want the walkway, anything to do with walking, like that. This will all be the standard stuff, like that. Execution, haven't decided, but probably would. Ooh, $6,000. Let's not do that. Expensive. Right, so we have some pipes to run. So we're going to run a pipe, large pipe, right to there. Like so. And we'll do that. There we are. So in this sort of the gap around here, I want to place something a bit different. We would go with the green mile, but I don't have any green tiles that we can place around here. In fact, there's only really the grass in here that is that colour. We'll go with a mosaic floor then. No, we want something that gives us a bit of contrast. So fancy tiles maybe. Let's just place a couple of fancy tiles, and we'll see what that's like before we buy loads more. We can see danger level is still increasing there. We've got this exercise need, which is a problem now. So I'm going to go over to our regime, and I'm going to see where can we put some. Where can we put some yard time? Maybe there. That would work out actually. Putting yard time just before eat. That would force them to do exercise. I mean, we could put some phone booths in there as well. But more importantly, the yards that we have, which there's only There's only 3 of them, here, here, and here. They are right next to each of the kitchens and canteens. So that's fine, that works out okay. Right, so those fancy tiles seem to go. In fact, they look... It actually has a cold feeling to it. With the... I don't know what we're going to put in this corner, by the way. Maybe just like a desk or something, just to give it a bit of... don't know, a bit of something. Could place a camera there, but I don't know. Right, okay, that's fine. We'll go over to deployment, just double check that, yeah, it has done that. Death row only, thank you. And I'll have to alter... I'll almost certainly have to alter our programs, so reschedule all programs, then edit the schedule, and we can see we've got death row parole and the put parole hearing in there. Nice one, thanks very much. So we need to move that to there and move that to there because we cannot have death row parole, a parole hearing in the death row parole. Actually, technically we can set it there, but then the people on death row are not allowed to go there. Anyway, let's just check our intake. So intake, we want to go for death row is maxed out, yes. Max sec is closed because the original idea was to move all of these prisoners over to here. What have we got? We have a total maximum security of 26 and our capacity is 52. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, and we've got 26. That's very close. That's very close. A couple more, and then we'll be able to move them over, so that's fine. That's good. So, that cell, we'll just double check the grading on there. We need to go logistics, room quality. We can see that's a grading 9. The only way to make it bigger is if we had an outside window, which we don't and will not have. So, concrete, we will place concrete going along here. Now, I like the idea of only concreting up just this section around here. We'll leave the rest as is, and we'll see what that looks like. I'll do like that. That's okay. Yeah, it gives it a little bit extra at the back there. So more prisoners turning up. Obviously, we've got good flow of prisoners. They're coming back and forward, and yeah, that's fine. We're just gonna continue on with this wall. But for some reason, why is that door servo not activating? Door control is, I'm guessing, not connected. Nah, it's just not connected. So there we go. So the workers are going to do this, and then we have to think about the barbed wire. Barbed wire, very expensive though. Very expensive indeed. We have got some more people turned up, so we'll go to informants. Straight away ex-law enforcement. Good catch. So you are now protective custody with a lockdown permanent. We also have an unknown trait there, so we'll have to keep an eye on that one. I wish the traits. Should we see the traits on that other person? Where are they? Tunnel there. Oh, that's legit. That's legit, that one. We'll have to search that. We'll have a search that in a moment. Right, I think we're going to leave it there because we've progressed on quite enough for one episode. Not bad building, actually. We've got the model death row cell done. We will clone that over to the left and get that done. We'll get execution done next episode, and hopefully we'll get some more prisoners. We also need to move over these prisoners to here and then change that to normal, and then obviously start focusing on getting some more high-risk prisoners in here, and obviously do the workshop. So there's still quite a bit to do, so we'll see how we get on. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching, take care, and generic partings.